With us today are Euan West, Leeds Office Senior Partner, and Liz Hunter, Director of Equity Reward. So Euan, over to you. Maybe if I start with yourself first. So I know you agree with me, sustainability is increasingly important to the success of businesses, large and small, but specifically private enterprise, family businesses. Why is it important? What steps are they taking to incorporate ESG into their strategies?
I think some of that, John, is about just doing the right thing. That concept of social conscience is something that's really keenly felt, particularly by family businesses. I think stakeholder expectations are shifting, and I don't just mean customers and employees, I mean that wider population of stakeholders that might include financiers, regulators, suppliers, and even the media. Expectations are increasing, they're evolving, and the downside risk of getting this wrong is they're increasingly severe. I think that the metrics we apply around ESG are changing as well. We're talking about valuations, access to capital, the ability to recruit and retain staff. These are really meaningful things in trying to operate the organisation, and ESG has a big bearing there.
So really complex, Euan. So Liz, if I may, over to you. All of this change, it's not easy, is it? So thinking about family businesses, what are you hearing about what they're doing to drive positive change?
So family businesses in particular will be telling us they're all over governance, and they are historically very strong on their social responsibility, particularly in their local communities or through charitable giving. But that's to date. Looking at change, that's where the struggle lies. How do they take forward their good work and build on that, encompassing the different stakeholder groups, new owners in the business through succession change perhaps? That's a big challenge for family businesses. For other private businesses, they can be quite clear on the what ESG is, have targets, objectives, particularly around net zero and the environmental, and are starting to make incremental changes that are positive steps. But they see it as perhaps a cost, and they're not understanding the return on investment, that value add that Euan was talking about. And they need help with the how. How are they going to get from where they are to where they want to be?
So they need help with the how. Euan, I'm going to come back to you. Do you have any standout examples of where we're helping with that how?
Yeah, certainly, John, and it's an increasingly long list actually, but let me give you one that tries to bring it to life. We were involved helping a business going into a sale process quite recently. They were absolutely focused on making sure that they were able to portray their ESG strategy, the narrative around the circular nature of their business model, and have that woven into the IM when they took the business to market. As a consequence of that, they were able to achieve 2 or 3 turns on the multiple and achieve an enterprise value way in advance of that which you might have expected because of that strong ESG story.
So driving commercial returns is what I'm hearing here now. Any key takeaways you'd like to share with us, Euan?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think the main one is now is the time, particularly for private businesses. We have to begin to embrace ESG. I think it's so important in the organisation that it's not something that can be done on the side of the desk, and it's not something that should be parcelled up and given to a single individual. ESG needs to be pervasive across the whole of the organisation.
Now is the time. ESG needs to be pervasive. Liz, final thoughts for you. Any key takeaways you'd like to share?
It's not a nice to have. It's a licence to operate. It is not becoming obsolete. It's about appealing to that enlarged stakeholder group that we heard about and getting the value add benefits. Being cautious of not marking your own homework too. Seek perhaps external support, guidance, maybe even accreditations.
Fantastic. Thank you both. Thank you so much.